What does Mr. Carter most likely mean when he writes, "Let's try anyway"? A ladder is leaning against a brick wall. A woman is reaching into her purse near a fountain. The workload is divided fairly equally among all the team members. The Seattle-based company has recently changed ownership. Tex is still struggling to secure a stable job. Our newest branch is conveniently located close to public transportation. Jessica Harper is one of the most promising students who deserve a recommendation. Since our bus drivers cannot make change, please have the exact fare ready before boarding. I had my car serviced at an authorized dealership. All of the chairs on the patio are unoccupied. Refer a friend and get $20 off your next bill. For a free quote, call us at 555-4649. Please refer to the information packet mailed to you on October 19. The man is examining some laboratory equipment. The sculptures in the garden are in urgent need of repair. A microwave oven has been positioned above a stove. We have the option of hiring additional workers to execute our plan. I'd like to purchase a ticket for the guided tours starting at 3 p.m. Mr. Kumar has already finished reviewing our proposal and has asked for some adjustments. Overnight camping is allowed only in designated areas. Some diners are facing each other under an awning. Some artwork is mounted on the wall beside the staircase. Register today for this remarkable management training program. A lamppost is casting a shadow on the walkway. The Spanish painter was directly influenced by African artifacts. Tourism accounts for roughly 4% of the country's workforce. Strict parking rules are enforced in the downtown business district. We are currently seeking an enthusiastic person to join our team. Miss Carter has made extraordinary contributions to the field of early childhood education. Mr. Jensen is a logical choice to replace Miss Lee, who resigned on Saturday. Stools are stacked next to the doorway. Mr. Panda won international fame in the 1970s when he directed and starred in several films. Can I make a tentative bargain now? I'm afraid you can't. Unfortunately, we no longer carry that particular laptop. Jennifer is working as an administrative assistant on a financial firm in Singapore. Any unused leave from the previous year will automatically be carried forward to the next year. This class is intended for students at both industry and advanced levels. The majority of those surveyed stated that they were familiar with the brand. Some bushes are being trimmed in the courtyard. We are pleased to confirm your reservation with Seaside Inn. Tex has misplaced the blueprints for the new convention center. We proudly announce the launch of our newly updated website. The travel agency has launched a website for working last-minute accommodations. All new employees are required to attend the orientation on Friday, June 30th. Keeping the plants exposed to sufficient sunlight is essential to their healthy growth. You can make a full partial payment online against your outstanding balance. Most reviews of a new washing machine say delayed start function is quite useful. Would you prefer a window seat or an aisle seat? I don't have a preference. What does the woman imply when she says, "But he's a frequent flyer"? Professor Sim has presented her findings at a number of national and international conferences. Mr. Park is a highly praised journalist who writes a newspaper column on a weekly basis. Thank you for your consideration of my application, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Calorie Chemicals is keenly aware of the risks involved. A man is kneeling on the lawn near a well. We have to finalize the details of next week's charity banquet. Please complete the questionnaire on the reverse side of this form. Overall, a new approach to marketing is informative and worth reading. The town has been particularly crowded lately because of its bicentennial festival. Before mixing or pouring a solution, remember to put on protective clothing. When forced to work overtime, you often feel exhausted and stressed. Would you consider joining us on the training endeavor of Climbing Mountain Prevention? Mr. Kodaira has a diverse background in marketing and is fluent in Mandarin. Tex called and mentioned that he had completely forgot about a prior engagement. The sales team has been instrumental in establishing our presence in emerging markets. In this internship program, students will receive paid, hands-on experience working at a headquarters. John Olson sent the memo through interface mail rather than delivering it in person. Sharma's shed movers managed to generate interest in its services and to attract new customers. We finally found a permanent replacement for Mr. Skolsky. That's a relief. We are really understaffed. In the TOEIC test, doctors often reschedule their patients' appointments, but that rarely occurs in real life. In a press conference yesterday, Mr. Osako expressed his enthusiasm for building a new research center in Mumbai. The annual town fair for March 8th to 10th was covered by local newspaper and television stations. Brochures are commonly used to promote products and services. The hotel staff was very helpful in retrieving my lost luggage. The popularity of drones is growing rapidly because they are becoming much more affordable. While attempting to locate the jewelry shop, Mr. Baxter stopped to ask some locals for directions. After an informal interview, I was offered a position of head of the Human Resources Department. We are having a problem with the boring machine on the assembly line. Really? Will any orders be affected? I have visited the museum countless times, and I'm always impressed by the talents of Japanese craftspeople. The role of the management company is to keep rooms occupied and make sure rent are paid on time. Events Korea has nearly 1,000 retail outlets worldwide. The scholarship recognizes the students who have demonstrated academic excellence. The reception desk in the foyer is attended. The band incorporates traditional Japanese instruments into contemporary local music. Please visit our website to read testimonials from our satisfied clients. Paul Winthrop's new book is full of engaging anecdotes about historical figures. We assure you that music festival will not disturb the surrounding environment. Thank you for your cooperation during our transition from paper to electronic statements. Here are some tips to avoid credit card fraud and keep your card safe. The grant will enable Approach Robotics to continue development of its patented AI technology. During her distinguished 30-year career, the California native was appointed vice president of the company. We are looking to recruit an associate lawyer to support our legal team in Dublin. The mining sector has seen only a modest increase in output over the past year. Mr. Gomez claimed that his name was intentionally omitted from the guest list for the celebration. Tex secured his bicycle to a railing on campus and in consequence a fine was imposed. We can't use copy machine because it's not functioning properly. Not again, it's always out of order. Marshall Medical Systems, which operates 5 hospitals in Texas, has acquired a leading healthcare company in Colorado. The cleaning crew was efficient, curious, and knowledgeable. The museum has opened a special exhibit featuring photographs and models of the work of famous architects. Toyoko advised me not to shop at the store because it sometimes refuses to honor its money-back guarantee. In contrast to its performance early this year, the company earned a record $101.9 billion in the third quarter. Erin called a prompter to repair the leaking by mutual consent. Flexible work arrangements have the potential to lower staff turnover. Let's go over the revised estimate, the timeline for the project. The product specifications are subject to change without notice or obligation. We will be holding a raffle to raise funds for charity. Soaring labor costs pose a serious problem for toy manufacturers in Japan. Some cars are parked in a row along the curb near an intersection. For over 2 decades, Terra Texas has built a solid reputation for quality. Mr. Otani was already an honor in recognition of its outstanding scientific achievements. Because of a scheduling conflict, we have to postpone the luncheon on September 1st. Skyscrapers overlook some boats docked at the pier. Our online tools helps you manage, analyze, and keep track of multiple social media platforms. The CEO emphasized she was absolutely confident that the company was on the right track. Mr. Vasquez proposed a plan to preserve the historic building, but the city council rejected it. In order for your presentation to be effective, you must match your delivery style to your audience. Last year, the country's agricultural exports to Japan and China declined by 5% and 7% respectively. The owner plans to convert the vacant building into a warehouse. Our records indicate that your subscription to Motorwise magazine expired in July. Simply fill out the highlight portion of the form if applicable. I'm responding to your inquiry about renting out space for a retirement party. Social media has had a significant impact on the way businesses interact with customers. For each and every customer, we strive to keep our prices reasonable without compromising quality. A thorough and detailed discussion of the subject is beyond the scope of this book. Take advantage of our Pizza Day discounts, great deals that even apply to catering orders. This course will introduce the design characteristics of underwater cameras and methods of operating them. Asteroid Appeal's struggle in the US can be attributed to fierce competition from fast fashion brands. Attached, you will find a brief biography of Ms. Patel with a list of her professional achievements. It was a mistake to leave for the airport without checking the arrival status of the flight beforehand. A free information session for doctors interested in working overseas will begin precisely at 9:30 a.m. on Saturday. Complimentary refreshments are available in the lobby throughout the day. Following our email correspondence, I changed the itinerary for your trip. All deliveries to the 8th floor restaurant must be made via the building's freight elevator. The initiative to supply remote school with reading materials is funded by the government. One factor that is vital to fulfilling your dreams in persistence. Have you processed the invoice? Not yet. The shipment has been delayed. Supermarkets generally reward loyal customers with incentives such as discounts and other special offers. Remind you that the deadline for submission of the first draft is January 23rd. Tex declined an invitation to university reunion because he was reluctant to go. Any questions concerning work artists should be directed to Mr. Conchai at extension 1019. Remove the battery compartment cover by sliding it in the direction shown by the arrow. Please activate your new debit card immediately by following the instructions of the sticker. According to industry analysts, oil prices are expected to rise steadily over the next 2 years. When returning a defective product, make sure to pack it securely in the original box. After the demonstration of the new vacuum cleaner, I received positive feedback from the focus group. Keep in mind that your membership will lapse if it has not been renewed by December 31st. Ms. Gallagher was transferred to a regional office last year, but shortly afterwards returned to her job at the head office. Now that Brownfield Builders has been selected to build the bridge, the project can proceed to the construction phase. Pedestrians are storming through a plaza. The extension power cord is compatible with most household appliances and electronics. In subsequent years, the company reaped the benefits on strong consumer demand. Having nutritious meal and exercising regularly are needed in order to maintain good health. All entries are evaluated on how well they capture the theme of the competition. To obtain the permit, the contractor submitted all the paperwork to the city authorities. Over the past 10 years, Mr. Krauses has organized several fundraising events for charitable causes. The results of the preliminary studies show that the prototype of the system works correctly. In her new role of the company, Ms. Doe will oversee both domestic and international investments. While cameras are permitted inside the stadium, they must not obstruct people's view on the stage. As a token of our appreciation, please accept the enclosed $30 coupon for your next purchase. The real estate agent did a great job helping us negotiate an agreeable price for the property. One of the Miss Collins' primary duties in acting as a liaison between doctors and hospital staff. An exclusive interview with a high-profile film critic will be broadcast on Saturday at 7:15 p.m. In this course, students will explore how social media has become an integral part of modern society. Maria Garcia, an accomplished designer with extensive experience, will sure bring a fresh perspective to our team. We have collected data from more than 100 households to gain insight into how their spending has changed. Ms. Chu will retire from the board of directors and continue to support us in her capacity as consultant. Mr. Sano is a proprietor of Hibachi, which is widely regarded as one of the most impressive restaurants in Madrid. In order to clarify the situation, we conducted an anonymous survey. Key components such as belt, fans, and hoses need to be periodically inspected. Our librarians can make personal suggestions tailored of your specific reading interests. One notable feature of the atrium is its distinctive appearance. The successful candidate will possess excellent organizational skills and have a friendly manner. When you are remodeling your kitchen, it is critical to take accurate measurements of the area. To develop my skills, I enrolled in an intensive computer programming course last summer. It is the responsibility of all passengers to verify their departure time in advance. An abridged version of the French classic novel has been translated into dozens of languages. To remedy the situation, the city officials voted to approve amendment to the registration. We use only the best ingredients, and all of our pastries are made on the premises. You maybe will be entered into a drawing to win free admission to an upcoming seminar. Statistics show that over 8% of the nation's internet users are concentrated in urban areas. In Mr. Pedersen's performance review, his manager wrote that he always worked diligently to finish assignments on time. In order to better serve our customers, we relocated our manufacturing facility to a more central location. The stretch box is made of transparent plastic so that you can easily identify the contents. When Hanem reserved a room at Coconut Grove Hotel, she inquired about excursions to nearby tourist attractions. Cedar Mountain Resort is the ideal setting for a company outing, off-site meeting, or team building event. Ms. Santos has decided to produce her own flyers to publicize her new book, which will be published in August. A study has revealed that existing customers who are upgrading to a new service now pay an advantage of 10% more each month. Centerpieces are important for any corporate event because they reflect the theme. We consistently contribute surplus office supplies to various community programs. Please let me know how I can exchange the take or get a refund. You can reach me on my mobile at 555-1019. Owing largely for favorable weather conditions,